Good evening all. I hope we are well. I'm planning on doing a slightly better video this time than my little 10-minute wonder last week. I only put that up to remind you guys that I am here and I haven't disappeared. I am back down between the piers. This time I've managed to drive to the beach. So thankfully I've had a very, very, very short walk. But that's not what I'm on about. Right, slightly different attack tonight. I've got 2 rods. I'm going to put one out with my favourite sprat and squid, see if there's a ray around, probably dog, chance of conger, that sort of thing. But I'm going to have a dibble-dabble on the inside. A dibble-dabble. Oh, professional words. I play on the inside with my much lighter rod, having a look for some bass. All those little bass I caught last week made me think, I wonder if there's a few better ones around. So I'm specifically targeting them now, because I'm allowed to. It's the 3rd of March now, and bass season has begun. So the bass ban that we had in January and February has now ended. So as of the 1st of March, we are now allowed to keep 2 per person per day over 42 centimetres. So I thought, why not show you guys how I sometimes fish for bass? Not all the time. But if I was fishing on this particular beach right now, this is how I do it. I'm going to show you, I'll use something called an earth clip. U-R-F-E, not earth as in...
Tom.
Hello!
Phil Carpenter.
Hello!
This is on your thing this morning.
Yes! It's one of my fans from YouTube.
I'm next door.
Hold that thought, I'll come back to you. Wow, how cool was that? There's a guy called Phil who'd seen one of my videos and decided to come down. He's driven 90 miles to come and fish tonight. Pressure on me, I hope he catches something. But yeah, as it happens, he's fishing literally right next to me. So, travels 90 miles, you've got 5 miles of beach to come and fish, and we're right next to each other, so that's really cool. So if he catches anything, I might try and, if he lets me know, we'll see if we can get him on video. If not, never mind. But I wish him luck anyway. Right, completely lost where I was. Going to fish for bass tonight, wasn't I? That's what I was doing. Going to fish for bass tonight. I'm going to fish reasonably close in. So I'm going to use something called an earth. So I think we did that, didn't we? U-R-F-E, earth rig, which is a really simple little clip. It's, I think, possibly the easiest rig you'll ever possibly use. It's so simple that I think it sometimes actually baffles people. People seem to get confused by it because they look at it and think, well, there must be something else, but there really isn't. Don't know how well this will come out. Might not come out very well at all. There's an earth clip, okay? So one end of the earth clip, this little black sleeve here, slides back. I'm just going to clip on my lead. Do-do-do-do-do, like so. And then top of the earth clip there is a swivel. I've got a little clip there to attach to my rig. Spit it out, Thomas. Shock leader. And that's it. That little tiny bar there is the earth. There's a swivel here, helicopter styley. Any of you carp anglers will sort of appreciate that. From that swivel, I just have a length of line to a hook. It is as simple as that. I've gone with 6 foot here to a 2.0 Cox and Wall owner Mutu. Cox and Wall owner. Hold on, Thomas. Cox and Wall Mutu circle hook. So a 2.0 circle hook. And on this, I'm going to put a combination. I've got some ragworms. I've got some nice big ragworms. I've got some lugworm, some manky lugworm. Actually, my bait digger just came to the shop just as I was shutting with a lovely load of lugworm, and I picked out all the ones that weren't looking too healthy and brought them with me. As per usual, tackle dealers get the rubbish bait. And I've also got a little cheap, it's a bit sneaky. And this is a sort of a prestige bait nowadays, isn't it? I've got some crabs. I have 4. Now I know these have turned from a sort of a bread and butter bait into a pretty luxury bait nowadays because of the price, because of the lack of availability over the last few years. But this time of year, when the crab just starts molting, they can be a really good bait. So we shall see. We shall see what we can catch on different baits. It's going to be close range stuff. There's a little bit of sea running in the edge there. Not enough to worry about at all. Once I've gone about 10 yards, it's pretty flat. So I'm probably going to fish 10 to 20 yards out. Got my lovely light rod. I've got my bite cam on tonight, and I've come up with something genius, which actually isn't genius at all. In fact, I'm embarrassed. It's taken me 4 months to think of this. I put some tip lights on my rods, so hopefully on the bite cam you can see it. Why didn't I think of that before? That's embarrassing. Probably the first time in 20 years I've actually used tip lines, but there we go, we found a use for them. So hopefully, if we get a bass, even if it's a small bass, on the light rod with the tip light, we might see some really good bite action tonight. That's the plan. That is the plan. I didn't say. So the snood line is a bit of 040. I'm using Trilene XL fluorocarbon. It's my favourite fluorocarbon. You don't have to use fluorocarbon. I'm fishing at night on soft sandy beach. So to be honest, a bit of 040, something that you like, will suffice for this. I mainly use fluorocarbon for its abrasion resistant properties and that sort of thing. But it's expensive compared to some mono, so don't feel like you have to. If I was fishing daytime, gin clear waters, bright sunshine, all that sort of thing, then I'd be scaling right down and way down to sort of maybe 025s, that sort of thing, fluorocarbons. It might make a difference. You could argue that one all day long, but it's night time. Chuck out whatever you fancy, really. Yeah, so that's that. Okay, on the other one, I'm going to stick out a ray rod. I think I said that, didn't I? Ray rig. If the ray rig rod isn't going particularly well, and the bass fishing's really good, what I might do is I might try and catch a small bait fish, like a little pouting or something. I might stick that out as a live bait on exactly the same thing on an earth rig. I've got one down here with a 4.0 circle on, a Berkeley Fusion circle hook on a 4.0. So I just thought, a little live pouting in the edge, see if there's a bigger bass around. You never know. Got to be in it to win it, right? But that's the plan. See how we get on. First cast, bonus fish. Bitey whitey, hopefully you saw that on the bite cam. Let me just untangle myself, got all excited there. So first one went out for the bass, 20 yards at the most, with lugworm on. I thought I'd put some of those lugworm on I got. And, well, it's not a bass, but I'm exceptionally happy to have that. Anybody who knows me knows I like eating my fish, and there ain't many fish better than that. A nice sole, first cast. Nice. I think I might persevere with the lug. You never know. Where there's one sole, there might be multiple soles. Interestingly, wouldn't normally fish for sole using circle hooks, but that is hooked in the corner of the mouth. Most flatties are notoriously annoying for deep hooking. There you go. Not him. You can live in there for a minute. Apologies if any of you guys are a little bit sensitive about me eating fish, killing fish for food, but I'm not going to hide from the fact that I enjoy eating the fish I catch. For me, it's a big part of fishing. I do stick to the rules. I won't keep, bucket loads of fish unnecessarily, but every now and again, if I catch a nice bonus fish like that, it is going home with me. Right, I'm going to load up with lugworm again, see what else there is. See if I can catch a bass this time. Well, I have nothing on me first cast on the ray rod. That came back pretty clean on the sprat and squid. Not clean, came back intact stuff, in fact, the opposite of clean. And I chucked the second earth rig close in with more lugworm on. That came back no fish as well. So I thought I'd crack open my first crab of the night. And I stuck one on me, or half the crab on me earth, plopped it out 20 yards, caught a whiting. That's not what I want to catch on crab. That's a very expensive way of catching small, unimpressive whiting. However, the other half of the crab I stuck on my bar rig and stuck out. I'm very pleased to say I caught a whiting. Oh well, there we go. It's a bigger whiting. I mean, does that count? You know, if I just do this, there you go, look at £20. Yeah, okay, so first cast, bonus sole, very nice. Second casts, blanks. Third cast, whiting on expensive peeler crab. Bass fishing so far, not going well. Not a sniff. Never mind. Another hour or so till we start sort of getting towards what I think will be the best bit of tide, so I shall persevere. It is looking good. I'm still quite confident. It's a lovely eve. It's really mild. It feels very spring-like, which is nice. It's not quite going to plan tonight. It's a little bit frustrating, really. Lug, rag, crab, whatever I chuck out, really. It's coming back whiting-inged. So, they were a little bit annoying. I know it's fish. I shouldn't complain about catching fish. But I'm doing it. I let it out. It's there. Deal with it. But no, it's just not quite going to plan. Just as the tide's sort of coming in, a little bit of a bigger swell than I was hoping has kicked up. Which just means I can't fish quite as close as I'd like to. I'd like to be just plopping it right in the edge for those bass, but I'm having to put it at sort of 20, 30 yards just to try and keep it out of the washing machine and the edge. And I think that's just where the whiting are living. There's also whiting further out. But there we go. Maybe I should be a bit braver and just chuck it in the washing machine in a minute. There we go. I mean, what's the time? What is the time? The time is 9:30. So catching plenty of fish. I'll give it another hour, maybe in a bit. See if I can get up closer to the top of tide. And hopefully catch at least a bass. My whole plan, I had a plan tonight and it's not working. Catch bass, show all the bass, it's bass season. And I haven't caught a single bass. And yet last week, loads of bass. Curse of the cameras. There we go. Onwards and upwards. Well, it's officially the worst bass video ever. Zero bass. Next time, I'm just going to go fishing, not mention a species. Hope for the best. I mean, and I got off to a good start, didn't I? That lovely sole. And then it's just been waiting. Got a couple of reasonably decent ones to take home for my daughter's dinner, whilst I dine on fine sole. Joys of being a parent. But yeah, never mind, you know, it's been a night out, caught a few fish, not the intended species. Just a little bit disappointed because I had a plan, and it hasn't come to fruition. Never mind. We shall see what's about next time we're out. Hopefully something more interesting than whiting. Ciao for now.